Imagine living in two worlds simultaneously, each with its own set of financial rules. In one, the measure of success is what you own, the debts you juggle, the status you portray. In the other, true wealth lies in stewardship, generosity, and patience. Wealth not as an end, but as a means to fulfill a greater purpose. Today we dive into these two competing financial systems, the world's versus God's. Which one are you really living by? Let's start with ownership versus stewardship. The world shouts, "I earned it, it's mine!" But in God's system, everything belongs to Him. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, Psalm 24:1. Romans 12:2 warns us not to conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by renewing our minds. In God's system, you're not the owner, you are the steward. This mindset shift from ownership to stewardship brings accountability. When you see yourself as a steward, you make decisions with eternity in mind, not just the next paycheck. Next, consider debt as a tool versus debt as bondage. In the world system, debt is normalized. Credit cards, car loans, they're just part of life. Proverbs 22:7 tells us the borrower is slave to the lender. In God's system, debt is bondage. It steals your future. The biblical approach is to eliminate consumer debt. Only consider leverage for productive assets, and even then, with extreme caution. Imagine the freedom of living without the weight of debt dictating your choices. Now let's look at instant versus delayed gratification. The world screams, "I want it now, YOLO, buy now, pay later." But Proverbs 13:11 teaches that wealth gained hastily will dwindle, while wealth gathered little by little will grow. God's system champions delayed gratification. Consider the ant storing food in summer, Joseph saving during years of plenty, or the Proverbs 31 woman planning before buying. Remember the marshmallow test? Kids who delayed gratification had better life outcomes. God's timing, though challenging, leads to lasting prosperity. Moving on to zero-sum versus abundance mindset. The world operates on a limited pie mentality. If you win, I lose. It breeds hoarding and protectionism. But God's system sees no limits. Proverbs 11:24-25 speaks of generosity multiplying what we have. 2 Corinthians 9:6 reminds us that whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will reap generously. God's resources are infinite, and He delights in our generosity. Consider individual accumulation versus generational legacy. The world focuses on personal retirement, comfort, and the here and now. But Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good person leaves an inheritance to their children's children." God's system stretches our vision beyond just our lifespan to our great-grandchildren. It shifts investment horizons from 30 years to 70, transforming how we approach saving and wealth building. It's about building a legacy that lasts. Finally, we face wealth as identity versus wealth as tool. The world says your worth is in what you own: cars, homes, status symbols. But Jesus warns in Luke 12:15, life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. In God's system, wealth is a tool for generosity, legacy, good works, and family provision. When wealth becomes your identity, it's dangerously close to idolatry. So, which system are you truly living by? The financial results in your life are a direct reflection of the system operating in your mind. As you ponder these differences, ask yourself, are you conforming to the world's mindset, or are you embracing the transformative principles of God's financial system? If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to take action. Like this video, subscribe for more teachings grounded in truth, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which difference hit home the hardest for you? Remember, the journey towards financial freedom is not just about managing money, it's about aligning your heart and mind with God's eternal principles. Let this be the start of a transformation in how you think about wealth and purpose.